All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. What an amazing sight that we are seeing here from Aerodrome Finance. Today only up 18%. This is really, really great, right? I want to begin here by giving a shout out to somebody called Mindful Journey. He was actually one of the first people to show me that there was something like Aerodrome Finance. I really didn't care. I really didn't know anything about it before. But when I saw it coming here to this main support level, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a step at this thing and really I've made some cash out of it, so I'm really grateful because of that. I also want to give a shout out to some patron members who were coming to me and asking things about Aerodrome Finance. It actually made me more curious on what the project was all about, and I can tell you that this is actually looking like it is a very solid project. At first I was obviously worried about like the tokenomics and stuff like that, but having taken a stronger look at them one more time, I now actually think that the tokenomics are actually much more stable than I anticipated. But here I think this is very great. When you see a project that Coinbase Ventures keeps buying time and again, left, right and center, and they're supporting this thing, I think you are making the right mistake. Let me just say, right, if Coinbase Ventures is making a mistake, you too can be forgiven, to be honest with you, if you are also making the same mistake. But I think this just happens to stabilize the price a little bit much more, and maybe they were even waiting for this dip, right, to collect more. So I think you have to hold on if you have got conviction on this thing, because really, in my humble opinion, from here it can do something like a 20x. I will be showing you charts which are suggesting something like that here. But let's quickly jump here and talk about what the price is doing, because right when we were here, I was saying that, look, I think we can now start expecting a V-shaped recovery, and that's really exactly what we got. So I'm very happy because of that. But now the question is, where exactly are we headed next? Now, if you watched the last update, I was actually saying that the next price target that I'm looking forward to, if we break this resistance here right around 86 cents, 84 cents, the next price target would be something like $1.13. Now that price target was coming from this Fibonacci retracement too, from the very top right there to the bottom. You can see that we haven't even reached that price target that yet. So I think that there's still a little bit more juice, maybe something like 13-14% to touch that 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, which is right around $1.16, $1.15, and then from there maybe I can start now expecting some kind of resistance to start playing in, because you have to understand that naturally the chart doesn't just go up in a straight line like that. It has to face some kind of pullback one more time and collect more liquidity, then we pump to the upside one more time. So of course I was saying here that there is resistance right around this 86-84 cents region, but our indicators were just too strong, right? They even mentioned that, look, I'm conflicted here because naked price action was suggesting that there was going to be some resistance here, but when we took a look at the underlying indicators, they were too strong, and I was like, I'm going with the indicators, right? And I think that that resistance was going to eventually be broken, and we got exactly that. So fantastic. Now, since this area here has got a lot of traffic, right, I would actually expect that if we get a rejection right around something like $1.16, $1.13, $1.14, whatever the case may be, the same area here would now act as support. Let's say we have a one more push here and then we pull back like this. I would now expect this level to hold the price. We may slightly fall below it, but still I think our support levels will be right around that zone right there before we even continue going higher. So just as I mentioned, from the low of something like 41 cents here, I'll now be expecting prices of as high as something like $8.40 or even higher than that, right? But you don't really have to wait for all that high price action, right? Maybe you want to be taking profits a little bit earlier. And I was mentioning this in my last update, saying that, look, if we happen to clear all these levels here, and especially something like $1.60 for Aerodrome Finance, the next level here, the big one, obviously, the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level, the golden pocket, is around something like $3.60. I think it's very much achievable. But what we are also seeing here is that the full extension here is something like $8.78. But there was also something that caught my mind when I went to the Aerodrome Finance Twitter page here, or maybe I should be saying X page. That sounds weird, but still, here I was seeing that they are comparing like the LP rewards to Uniswaps, right? We can see here, for example, when Uniswap V3 is offering something like 475, Aerodrome is offering something like 617. What this actually does is that more people will be incentivized to use Aerodrome rather than using Uniswap. And I like the fact that they are challenging directly, right, their competitors. So that's great. They are not shying away from their competitors. They are telling them straight up that we are looking like we are much better. But I think this is really, really powerful. I kept going down here and I see that they are really comparing like their product to Uniswap V3, and I was like, well, and it really came to my mind that in the last bull cycle, Uniswap was actually something that was very big. I went on and I checked the Uniswap price chart here, and to my surprise, you see the first part here, right? Up until even this point, we had this huge drop here. It's pretty much looking the same as the AERO price. That, I mean, I'll take you back to the AERO price set one more time. Let's just get rid of all these drawings, right? And take a look at it on a daily time frame. Like, look at this initial rise, huge drop, and then you see this kind of a V-shaped recovery that is now appearing here. Is pretty much almost the same thing that we were seeing here with Uniswap. And I was like, okay, what was Uniswap's performance in the last bull cycle, right? So I was seeing here that it managed something like a 24, 25x, and that's great, right? But also just in terms of Fibonacci retracement levels, because of the kind of structure that it has, I got curious as well to see how high it went, and we saw here that it exceeded the full Fibonacci extension here. So should we come back to like our Aerodrome finance price here and pretty much applying the same thing here using our assessment too? I think we already had one there. We could see prices here, beyond something like $8.70. I think it's really something that is very much possible. So once again, shout out to people who actually told me about Aerodrome finance. I really didn't know about it, and ever since then I've started making videos on it, and I will be making videos on it, right? So just remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I would have to see you on the very next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye.